Hello everyone. In this session we are going to see about another type of models which are called as specialized process models. So as the name itself indicates that you can see that there is some specialization available in each of the model. So the first specialized model is called as component based model. So this model is also called as commercial off the shelf software components, that is COTS. So let us see what happens in this model. So in this model, various components are already being developed by the vendor. So components are nothing but the small working modules or the small working units of a software with all the functionalities. So here in this type of model, components are developed, okay, individual components are developed which has got its own individual functionality. So for example, suppose we are under the development of a website, and we are developing the websites only for banking process. So here we can build some components like the transaction component. So initially when it comes to transaction component, either we can deposit or we can withdraw. These are the basic transactions which are carried out, so which are not going to change when it comes to the bank. So this is one of the banking software where we see that the transaction component has got the same functionality when it comes to banking. So the software component buildings are such factors where the components are individually built which has got its own functionality. So there are certain vendors, or you can say that there are certain companies which create these components, okay, and can sell these components to the other software companies during the software development. So it is basically developed by vendors who offer them as a products and can be used when the software is needed to be built. Okay, so each of the component comes with its own functionality. They have got their own interfaces, so it can be easily integrated with another component. So we can purchase the transaction component and we can easily integrate that with the billing, or you can say with the login or logout component. So in this way, in incremental model, I had also told you about modularization and modular approach, which is very important concept. So in that I have told you that various suppose this is your software product, and this software product can be built in terms of different modules. Okay, so each individual module is created first and then it is tested. Okay, suppose we have got 3 modules, so all individual modules are first developed, they are tested, and then finally they are integrated, and then again finally we get the original software. All right, so this is nothing but the modularization approach where component wise development is carried out. So components are nothing but the module, okay, modules of the software. So in this concept, that is component based development, individual models are developed, and these modules are well developed, designed and tested so that they can be integrated with other modules. Okay, now let me tell you more about these things. The component development model incorporates many of the characteristics of spiral model. Okay, so spiral model already I have explained. You can go into description and find out the explanation of spiral model again. The component based model, it incorporates the following steps. So it is carried out in following steps. So how does it exactly carry out or develop the components? Okay, so during the development of its component, it basically makes a lot of research by collecting feedbacks from the various customers, stakeholders and vendors and the users, and then they evaluate that application, and by making certain query forms they come to an analysis and then they develop that component based product. So after making lot of research and evaluations and reviews, then only the components are developed so that it comes with maximum functionality and it is a quality component. Then component integration issues are also considered. So when I want to integrate this component with another component in the software, what are the pros and pros, or what are the advantages and disadvantages, or what are the problems that may come during integration of this component with another component, when it comes to any another platform or any another software, all these issues are also resolved. It means the component that is developed is being more portable, or you can say that it is more reliable and handy to work with, right? So first they collect all the information from various users, different types of users. They make a lot of research on that, and then only that component is developed. Okay. Then integration issues are also considered during the development of the component. So software architecture is designed to accommodate the component. So we need a firm architecture when it comes to component process development. So a firm architecture is needed, and the working of that component totally relies on this architectures, right? So components are integrated into the developed architecture, right? So comprehensive testing is conducted to ensure proper functionality. So you can say that testing is done simultaneously at each and every phase and activity of that component development, so that there are less number of errors, or you can say that there are no bugs in that component. So you can say that this is one of the rigorous process. So here simultaneously the analysis, designing, development and testing all are carried out, and you can say that it is one of the spiral process. Why it is a spiral process? If you try to remember that spiral models are basically used for large project and complex projects. The phases of this depends upon the project, right? Depends upon the components of the project. Hence this component based model always prefers the spiral model. So where prototypes are developed, given to the customer, benchmarks are developed, feedbacks are taken from the customer, and then after finding out that the system is satisfactory and can be easily deployed to the customer, then only that is considered as a final prototype. That is what the working of spiral model, isn't it? Yeah. So similar approach is carried out in this. So these are all the steps which are carried out, okay, during the development of the component based model. So basic idea is that, so here the components are developed so that they can be reused and they can be easily integrated in any of the softwares with other modules of the softwares, right? So the component, it leads to software reuse, reusability, right, with a number of measurable benefits. So once, this is one time creation and multiple time usage. You can create it once and you can integrate it with any number of softwares, right? As I told you, example of banking software, where the transactions are not going to change. The main transactions are what? Withdrawal and deposit. These are not going to change in any of the banking process. Okay, only the name of the bank is going to change. So we can develop this component, and any one software developer who can easily use this module, and he can use this component so that it can be integrated with all the other components. So this is an approach called as component building, right? So process. So advantages are less development cycle, time is less, cost increase in productivity, it promotes the software reuse. Limitation is all about lot of component libraries are needed, right? So when we are developing a new product, we need to work a lot because there is very less information at the initial stage. But when we are or you can say that when we are redeveloping the existing components, it is quite easy because we are just upgrading that component, right? So this is all about component process model. So please go through it. This is one, this comes under a specialized process model. Okay. Let us see one more type of specialized model, which is called as a formal methods model, right? So quickly I will tell you about this. So this is one of the model, okay. So where you can see that a lot of mathematical specifications are used, or the formal methods are used, where you can see lot of mathematical calculations are carried out, right? So here it enables a software engineer to develop, verify a computer-based system by applying a rigorous mathematical notation. So basically I can say that these type of models are used when we are handling with big data, cloud computing, or some AI type of concepts, right? So where a lot of calculations are needed regarding a lot of transactions, right? So a variation of this approach called clean room software engineering is currently applied by some software development organization, right? So here you can see that clean room software engineering approach also falls under this formal methods. Okay, it is also called as what? A clean room software engineering development. So although not a mainstream approach, the formal methods model offers the promise of defect-free software, right? So by using this type of method also, where mathematical calculations are performed, we can see that there are less defects, and so many defects, okay, are resolved using this formal model. So the development of formal model is currently quite time consuming and expensive. Yes, so as there are a lot of mathematical calculations carried out, we can say that this approach is little bit time consuming. So a few software developers have the necessary background to apply formal methods. Otherwise, extensive training is required. See, all our developers do not have a mathematical background, right? So mathematical background is totally needed when it comes for applying this type of models. So it is difficult to use the methods as a communication mechanism for technically unsophisticated customer. Yes, see, we cannot every time tell about the mathematical calculations to all the customers. So here the developer plays a major role when any of the software development should be carried out through the formal method. So let us see what are the advantages. It promises a defect-free software which can be used to satisfy the customers by developing safety-critical systems. So limitations are quite time-consuming and expensive models. Very few software developers have this skill and cannot be used to communicate with technically unsophisticated customers. So here it says is that we basically need a technically or a mathematical skilled person when it comes to this type of model development. So hence in this type of model development we can see that more importance is given to mathematical calculation, right? So in this video I had described you about the specific process models, the two models. One is the formal model, and earlier I told you about component based development. So these are the two models which falls under the specific process models. Okay, so there are two more models. Okay, so we will go through that, right? So we will go through that one by one.